Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the C's and Q's podcast. I'm your host, Christian Quezada, a.k.a. That Man CQ, coming at you guys with episode 10 of the C's and Q's podcast, man. Beyond excited for this episode. I'm here accompanied by Trinity and my man Quan back in the building.
Yo, what's good? Do I miss me?
Oh, dead, yo. We back in the motherfucking building here, back with another Wild Wednesday, man. Getting ready to give you guys this real life comedy and entertainment. Man, just episode number 10. You would think 10 is not necessarily that big of a number, but I'm beyond grateful and thankful for all the support, the amount of love and support that you guys have shown us over these past 2 months. Just the amount of views we've racked up across 14 different platforms, from Spotify to Apple Music, Amazon, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. It's been incredible, and I'm beyond grateful and thankful, me and my team. It's been a lot of work. Thank you to every single guest and every single person that has come onto the show, including you two here today. I'm beyond grateful and thankful for all you guys as well, and I love you guys so much, and thank you. And let's look forward to not only tens, but hundreds of more. So let's get it popping. But yeah, shit, what the fuck is up? Episode 10, we here.
Yeah, we did it, y'all. You did it.
Facts, you did it. You the mastermind behind it.
I'm the mastermind of it. Yeah. Shout out to myself, and my exec producer as well. So I got to give a little round of applause. Always sitting behind the camera and stuff like that. But it's a hell of a lot of work being put in over there too. But yeah, man. This is something I've been wanting to do for some time now. So I'm grateful that we got to do this. And through 2 months, man, I done laughed a fuck ton and had some really good moments on here. Moments in which that, a lot of people probably won't even see behind the scenes stuff and, you know what I'm saying, pre-shows and stuff like that, post-shows. And, yeah, so.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Yeah, same.
Of course. Yeah, Mr. Quan, controversy himself. This is what, like your 4th episode now?
Yeah.
Out of the 10?
Yeah, I think so.
Like this is chair right here. I was like, he's sitting in that same chair.
Chair is
That's
iconic.
your chair.
This chair is iconic.
It's iconic right now at this point.
Yeah, that's so big.
Yeah, I think it's about Quan's like 4th or 5th one. Yeah, so he's been on here a decent amount of time.
Dope.
This is Trinity's first. I'm beyond grateful and thankful
excited.
Trinity's going to be here. We definitely need a strong woman's opinion on this episode specifically, because we about to get into something that Quan said on a previous episode and some of the feedback that we got on that.
Shit.
So just recently, on episode 6, when we had myself, Angel Jackie, and Luis, Mr. Hoodville himself, on, we were talking a little bit about modern day relationships. The episode prior to that, when he had myself, of course, and then it was Quan, Dez, and Jalen in the building, we were talking about male preferences from a female. So there was a couple of things that we talked about within that that created a little bit of controversy, or there's a couple of opinions that came up from what it was that Quan had said. So I'm going to play that back so we can get into everything. So let's go.
That's fine.
No single mothers, but that's an
Hold
indicator.
on. I got to start that.
Like, I'm not ashamed of no single mothers, but that's an indicator if you're wife material, because if you had a kid with somebody and they ain't wife you up, you not. Like, you feel me?
Ooh, that's a hot topic.
If you let a guy get you pregnant and he was like, nah, it's just a baby, like, our relationship is dead after that, then you're not wife material, bro.
Just be tweaking, bro.
You cannot be wifey material at that moment.
I'm not saying you can't be wife material with a kid. I'm just saying, like, you weren't wife material at the
time.
But I feel what you're saying, because dudes ain't shit. Like, there's that percentage of men that, they just ain't shit. But
black men don't cheat, though. Like, I'm not ashamed. I had to add that in there.
A little spice.
Yo, so there was obviously a hell of a lot of lashback that came from that initially, but then there was also hundreds of thousands of people that were backing you too at that. So personally, I just wanted to give you your opportunity to explain what it is that you meant by that before we kind of get into all the other things.
So, like I said, no offense to any single mothers out there, but I was just saying, like, as like you getting back into dating, that's what men look at. Okay, like, you had a kid with somebody. Why didn't that work out? And if there's nothing you can say that led you out to break up, but you still had his baby, means that something that you did as a common denominator was meant that you weren't family type. And it's like, okay, like, they realized, like, once they had a kid, like, all right, she wasn't the one. So, like, what did they realize between you getting pregnant and having a kid, where that you weren't that woman that they were looking for? or something like that.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
I feel what it is you're saying, because a lot of the lashback and a lot of the people are going, whoa, well, what about this scenario? What about that scenario? So specifically what it is that you're saying now, like that's what you meant from that perspective.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because there's a hell of a lot of truth behind that. But yeah, it's I feel 110% what it is that you're saying, because the dad could still actively be, or her baby daddy or whatever the case, could be actively in her life and stuff like that, and supporting their child and stuff, but he just maybe just didn't want to be with her. And I've seen that on multiple cases. I've seen that with friends, family, all kinds of people that have been in those situations and stuff.
And especially like another guy coming into a new family has to ask those questions. Okay, like, why did you have this kid with this guy, but why didn't he stay around?
Yeah, because it's a little bit of a red flag.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you're wondering. It makes you curious as to like, okay, so you know what I'm saying? Y'all had a kid, y'all didn't, you know what I'm saying, take another route where y'all got rid of y'all baby or whatever. Y'all still had y'all child, and he's still here helping you support the child, but why aren't y'all together? So obviously, yeah, you can
And
naturally.
the key words I want to use are going to sound horrible. This is going to sound fucked up. But I want to say, like, it's almost like buying like a used car. Like, you have to do more research on that type of vehicle. I know it sounds so fucked up.
But it was a good one though.
Yeah, you feel
it
me?
Makes sense.
That's okay. Like, this one has this with it. I'm not saying the kid's a problem, but okay, this has that. Like, is it worth me
naturally,
riding the car?
Yeah, you
buying
feel
the
me?
car.
especially
Yeah.
when you start to get older, like shit. Like I'm in my mid 20s and shit now. Like you might fuck around and me be 24 and talk to a woman that's 30 that might fuck around and have 2 kids
That's
that she
true.
had at 22 or something. You know what I'm saying? Their whole like in elementary school. I'm like, bro, that's a big deal. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's a lot that goes into that, because you can't take that shit lightly as a man. Like I'm not trying to sit here and just be dating a woman and like just say fuck your kids. Like nah, shit. Like if I really like you like that and I don't have a problem with that or anything, like I'm finna step in, like play stepdad for real, and like be there and be a man and like, you know what I'm saying, help you run the household and stuff like that. So yeah, but what is
And women are very good at hiding shit too, bro. So like, me saying that doesn't mean like that girl isn't worth trying with. It's just like, okay, like we got to figure out what the deeper cause, because it wasn't just a kid that.
yeah, because
feel
you
me? It's
might
just
get
more
a
to the
different
story.
backstory to what it is that actually happened, and you don't want to be the next one in the headlights per se. So yeah, so Trinity, what's your take on that whole thing, and like how do you see it from your perspective versus what Quan said?
I don't know. At first, I was like, it's because he didn't wear a condom, and then I was like, well, I feel like a lot of the times, like you ever heard people say like, oh, like a kid's not gonna fix the problem. You feel me?
Yeah,
and I
facts.
feel like a lot of people nowadays are just irresponsible. They like to have fun. They do their thing, and then they end up in a situation where they're both not ready for the situation. And you know, like when you don't love yourself enough, or you're not like where you're supposed to be, if you can't take care of you, how can you take care of anybody? And that's even a kid. You feel me? So sometimes
Facts.
that's even like what if it's not even really about the woman for real? What if it's like the guy who, you know, like he ended up in a situation, the woman didn't want to get rid of the baby because her personal reasons, and he was like, got scared. People get scared, y'all, and dip. I'm telling you, like people let fear get in the way and they take off and run. And I feel like a lot of the times when you see, like, it's hard being a single mom. I'm not a single mom, but like I see like kids crying in the store and I'm like, hell nah. Like I can't, bro. Get your kid for real. And like I'd be like, you want a sticker? Like, you know, feel me? Like relax. But like I think that it takes a lot. And I think that like sometimes I tell myself like, what if like, you know, women had these kids, it was meant to be because to learn how to love unconditionally. You feel me? Like learn how to give and receive that kind of love. But I wouldn't say that they wouldn't be wife material because a guy dipped on them. Sometimes a man can't really handle a woman for real. A man really cannot stand a woman who isn't afraid to put them in check. You feel me? So if he over here was spending $1,000 in the strip club and he just had a baby and she over here like, yo, you can't be doing that. He's going to get mad and dip. You feel me? And you know, he's going to be like, who are you? You know? So I just think that like a wife material kind of woman is one that can hold it down, period, regardless of the situation. You know what I mean? But I understand the whole like, you know, questioning it, because sometimes women do mess up. You feel me? Sometimes like I wasn't perfect. I was a completely different person a year than I am today. I'm open-minded, chill. You feel me? Back then I was like, what did you say? You know, like run it back. But I just think that like like you say, there's so many scenarios out there. It just takes the time to get into something, because you about to raise somebody else's kid. And me, like, I was talking to this guy who had a kid with this other woman, and I was like, I don't know if I could do that whole stepmom thing, but like, let's try it. You feel me? Like, let's go a day. let's go to the fair. I don't know. Let's do it. So like, we got in the car and he shut the door and he was like, let's go, family. And I said, And I looked at the kid in the back, and the kid looked at me, and I said, family, I'm not your mom, boy. And you know what? But I felt that way because hell no. I was like, family, nah, bro, not yet. And like being in that situation, I was telling my friend the other day, I wouldn't want to raise anybody's kid that doesn't get along, like they baby moms don't get along with like the next person. You feel me?
Facts.
Like I don't, because I don't want none of that baby mama drama. If that woman cannot come to me face to face and be like, yo, this is what I expect from my kid, this is what I want, I don't want you to do, like setting boundaries kind of thing, I don't want it, because that's wifey material. You feel me? A single mom who's seeing whoever the person is move on and still want the best for their kid. So yeah, that's just kind of my perspective on it.
Okay, so how about this though? Now I know what you're saying is that's 100% facts. But what if a woman has multiple kids with multiple men? Now does that equal the same thing what you're saying now, or does my point is more valid now?
At that point, like I feel like that's just kind of like, come on now. You feel me? Like you need to take time for yourself and like really fuck with yourself in order to know like why you messing up so many times. You know, like that's my mom's for real. I have 9 siblings and we all from different dads.
9?
And yeah, I got 9. And I'm telling you, like none of their dads are in their life but mine. And so I got lucky, you know, and so I got to see like my dad be a single dad through all that. And you know, like it's just my mom. She's a really like broken person, and she really like does not. I'm telling you, self-love is the best love. That's the cure to a lot of things. Like, you know, like, you ever like compliment somebody and you're like, yo, you look good today. And they're like, no, I don't. I hate that. Like, own it, you know?
Bro, what?
Yeah,
Oh, my.
you know, own it.
Facts.
So that's why, like, when you see women with multiple kids, it's like, girl, what are you doing? But then there's women with like 18 kids with the same man, and they over here like struggling, you know, and you're like, girl,
That's OD though. That's
yeah,
a
you know
different
what
situation.
I mean?
Like,
So yeah, I don't know. That's a good one though. I feel like at that point you just got to be like, yo, like exactly, ask the questions. You feel me? Like
it's
what happened?
there's a lot of scenarios. Like there's a lot of
Yeah,
circumstances
for
and
sure.
scenarios. Like the one Quan was specifically talking about, because obviously people was coming in the comments trying to come up after my dog. But
Yeah.
it's obviously there's different scenarios, and that was the base of what it is that I got from that feedback. You know, like everybody has different situations and circumstances. We just wanted to be able to clear that up in terms of like, you know, like this is what we're talking about when, you know, in this specific situation, like as a man, like you're gonna question that, and you're gonna kind of be like, okay, what happened over here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind you having a kid,
Right.
but like why didn't, you know what I'm saying? Why didn't you and him not work out? Like was he a dickhead, or you know what I'm saying? Or were you just
Facts.
like emotionally crazy? Like what was going on here? You know, was it both y'all's fault? So you know, it's a bunch of different circumstances.
But wouldn't
like,
you ask that even if they didn't have a kid?
What do you
Wouldn't you ask those questions? Like, you feel me? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
you
But
know?
I think a kid just puts more emphasis on it
Yeah,
though,
for
because if
sure.
she's just a single woman that's out there just working and doing her thing, like it's a whole different situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a casual woman. Like maybe she, I don't know, let's make one up, like 23. You know what I'm saying? Just got like a nice basic job. You know, maybe a little manager in a retail store or something like that. Got a roommate or two, or whatever. She's living her life, doing her shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? No kid, no nothing. Like, yeah, you're going to be able to get to know her and this and that. And like, oh, you know, I had this ex and that ex, or I've been with this X amount of people, or recently I went through this. But I think when you have a child specifically, like for me, my perspective, like once I have a child, like it's not about me anymore.
Yeah.
Like
No, for sure not.
nothing else fucking matters. Like, cause that was my mom's like point of view. Like she had me and, well, at least my 2 older sisters at a young age. And like at that point, my mom was like, she was working for us to make sure that we were raised well and so on and so forth. So like, I just think that the child specifically puts a different emphasis on it. Yeah, you are going to take the time to get to know someone just when you're trying to, you know, maybe you're interested in them or want to be in a relationship and all the extra shit. But yeah, I think it's just the child part that really puts like emphasis on it. But But yeah, I feel where it is that you're coming from, because I would question it too.
Of course, first I'm looking at my point of view. I can't look at it from the woman's point of view either, because like I'm thinking like, okay, was it a one night stand type of deal, or was y'all in a relationship? Or like, I'm thinking all those questions. Like, if you was letting random dudes bust inside you, all right, cool. That's definitely not wifey material.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because you gotta like, bro, like even as a man, like I'm thinking it for myself.
Yeah.
As my own opinion, but like I didn't get comfortable with busting inside a female until like I was a year in my relationship. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I knew she was on birth control way before, but like I still was like, no,
Yeah.
like What kind of men are you fucking with that just take shots like that?
Yeah,
Bruh.
yeah.
You feel me, bro? Like I'm
I ain't
pulling
even,
out
I ain't even
regardless.
gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't never done that shit ever.
No.
Never. On everything I love, I ain't
that's
never
It be
done
getting
that
there.
shit. I do not play that
It
shit.
do be getting there.
Don't do that, bro.
I do not play that shit.
I had a couple
bro.
scares.
Get
my
in
nigga.
there.
Bro.
I'm telling you. Especially when that time of month don't come by, you like, oh.
Bro, the 30 days you be nervous as hell.
Oh,
You like,
God. Or you be like, shit.
Bro, both my parents had kids at such a young age, bro, and I seen what it is that they went through. Specifically, like what my father went through, because that my dad was one of them situations where like he has 4 kids with 4 different women.
Yeah.
And then and there's a pretty significant age gap between me and my youngest sister on that side, because I was like 13 when she was born. So I'm thinking I was like his last child because
Yeah.
I was the youngest for like the longest of time. But I seen just what it is that he went through dealing with my mom, because my mom can get on my nerves too as much as I love her.
Yeah, yeah.
But dealing with my brother's mom too, like, oh, she crazy. And then just like the diminished relationship he has with my oldest sister, his oldest, you know what I'm saying, child on that side and stuff. Like I was just like, bruh, the child support and the this and the baby mamas and that, and they
Yeah.
just be causing him headaches. Like
A lot.
you know, he a business owner, he does his own shit, he an entrepreneur and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's just I just seen what he went through specifically, and I was like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna make sure I have a fucking child when I'm ready. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
how long I'm in a relationship.
Facts.
Like
Facts.
it's either a pull out, a strap on,
Facts.
condom, not a strap on specifically. I'm saying, but
I was like,
strap it on with a
word?
condom. Nah, no,
I know what you
Word?
meant, bro. I know what you meant.
Took a moment real quick.
You
I
used
was
the
like, I'll
wrong
be
choice of
down.
words. Wrong
I'm
choice of
over
words.
here like,
Nah,
sure.
but yeah, whatever it is, I was like, nah, bro. Even now, like even at 24, you feel like you're a little older. Like
Yeah.
I'm still like, nah, bro. Like 30. Catch me when I'm 30.
Facts,
Maybe
bro.
I have
Yeah.
the first one at 30. Like I want a family and I want to have children. Just
No,
catch
no.
me at a different time.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when my income is like,
Or
you
just
get
have no bullshit.
Yeah,
attached
like-
to you,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
like at least $100K a year or something. Even if you got a little bullshit, at least have money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
facts,
Like,
facts.
like
Yeah.
even if you got some bullshit attached to you, at least have some money. Like you feel me? So yeah, so it's it's a different circumstance. But I wanted to read back a comment and
go ahead, do that.
and let you respond and see what it is that you want to say, because yeah, people kind of went into these comments on TikTok, but they was really just talking about different circumstances. But there's just one specifically on our Instagram. Again, you guys can give us a follow at the CQ podcast _. Damn, I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the show. Fuck. Make sure you guys catch us, bro. Follow us, subscribe to us
Facts.
You
on
feel me?
YouTube at the Season Q's podcast, man. _ follow us on there, man. We just reached over 100 subscribers, man. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys for that. You guys can listen to the audio version of our podcast, bro, on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Pandora. We're all over the place, bro. Anchor.fm _ the CQ podcast 22. Be able to listen to the audio version of this, whether you're driving, running errands, whatever the case may be. If you want to see any behind the scenes clips, any segments or any just regular clips from the show, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at the CQ podcast _ be able to catch us on there, interact with us, talk with us, hop in the comments if you feel the need to. And yeah, I just had to pop in and say that, because fuck, why didn't I say that in the beginning? We gotta have it like a flag or something.
That's
like,
why you should have took notes.
Yeah, what? I never do. So, all right. So here's one specifically, right, that I'm gonna read off. It's pretty long, but
I see that thick ass paragraph.
I know, almost like a novel. I'm like, I'm ready.
okay. All right. So you ready? So I'm gonna read this for you. I ain't gonna call out the username. Anyways, so here we go. I can't believe the words that are coming out of this guy's mouth. The more he spoke, the more stunned I was. Since when has being a wifey material been dependent on a man's decisions to wife a woman up? So all single mothers are not wifey material because the sperm donor deemed it that way? That's crazy, kid. Sometimes the man leaving is a blessing. Maybe she left him. Maybe no woman wants him as a husband. Maybe it just didn't work out and have a healthy co-parenting relationship. This next part kind of made me laugh. He's like, how much are you paying this guy? Ain't no way people with this thought process exist. I've never been so turned off. I will add to this list of questions when dating right after, do you like dogs? Keep up the good work with your podcast. Has opened my eyes to a couple of things. Thank you for that. Make an episode with an educated female with goals about things that they normally ask guys when they're trying to see if they would make a good partner in the future. That's why Trinity is here. And
I got y'all, boo.
like, I just want to specifically say something that's off topic to this, but bro, it's not like, because when I saw this, the only part that bothered me about this comment was the fact that it was like, oh, bring an educated woman on top. I'm like, bro, have I not been trying to fucking do that? Like, fuck, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna take the time to kind of blow some steam off real quick, because, bro, y'all fucking women, bro, in terms of the dating room, y'all already so much to fucking deal with. But I would think to do business with, oh my fucking God, y'all still annoying.
Right.
Fuck, a lot of y'all.
I'm all right.
Not everyone, but like, bro, the large, like 9 out of 10 of y'all, like, bro, oh my fuck, y'all annoying as fuck.
This was a woman that said that, or was it a guy?
Woman.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a woman. This is a woman, probably about like in her mid-20s.
Because she clearly wasn't listening to what I was saying, bro. Because like, as soon as she flipped the scripts, like, oh, one of the women didn't choose to be with that. That wasn't what I was saying. I was saying, like, first of all, when you're dating somebody and they do have a kid, you should ask, okay, where is that person's biological father at? Like, that's rule number one. If you don't, first of all, if you don't know, red flag. And if you say like, oh, it was a one night stand, that's definitely a red flag, because now you just fucking anybody, and nobody want a hoe as a wife, regardless of anybody's past. That's going to be in the back of a man's mind. Like, that's the thing. Number one question, we hate to ask that question, but we as a man want to know, okay, how many people have you been with? Because if it's over 100, nobody wants to be with that girl that's
So body
slept
count.
with the whole team.
Body count matters to you?
Body count is not the significant portion of me choosing to be with somebody, but it's a factor of should I even attempt to be? Because first of all, a girl that does something to somebody else will definitely do the same thing to you. That's why I don't date cheaters. We don't date liars. We don't do none of that. Because like, if they cheat on somebody I had a kid with, or vice versa, they'll do the same thing to you. Because you got first of all, you don't got no attachment to that person.
Or as a man, like going off of that, as a man, like if you so happen to take a girl away from another man, like, you know damn well someone can do it to you too.
You never wife the girl you took from somebody else.
No, yeah,
that's rule number one.
That's facts.
Yeah,
that's facts.
If you end up in that circumstance,
yeah,
so I feel what you're saying, because I've literally seen that shit happen. It's crazy.
But to go back on that, like, bro, like, how am I not educated if I'm not trying to figure out what the situation was in that person?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't make sense. Like, you're not just going into relationships asking. And it's
like carelessly, yeah.
Yeah, like, you're going to ask all the questions that are most important to you, regardless of who you are as a person. I want to know how this happened, and how could we avoid
that
a repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, no, it's valid. You're questioning what it is that you want to know as a man. Like, it's completely valid, because obviously women are going to come with questions as well. What do you do for a living? Like, obviously, other than the physical attributes they can see, whether they like you or not, if you're short, tall, dark skin, light skin, white, if you could dance or not, whether you speak Spanish or English or another language, and then they're going to get into the physical shit. Oh, what you do for a living? I swear to God, bro, I'm telling you, once I started getting older, bro, and started to speak to women, I swear that was like top 2 question that you would get automatically. Well, oh, what do you do for work? Wouldn't hesitate. Oh, what do you do for work? How much money it's not even like they ask you how much money you making, but they trying to see if you valid or not. They see if you're really trying to do something with your life.
That's the question, bro. How much money you making? What do you do for a living? I'm not asking you what you're doing, but based off what you tell me you do, I can
kind of visualize what type of money you're making, and then depending upon our first interaction or date, I can kind of see what you fucking with.
Yeah.
Like, I already know what time it is with that shit. That's top 2 question up there. Is like, what it is you do for a living.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. Yeah, let's say I make $100K a year. Doing X, Y, and Z, I own a business or something like that. Okay, now what you got going on? Because obviously, if you got a kid and you single, like, okay, so what's that situation? So obviously, like, as a man, if you sitting there asking me about my income and what it is that I can provide for you as a man, I got to know for you as a woman what it is that you bring to the table as well. And so there's like that whole, you know what I'm saying? That whole. It's not necessarily controversy, but it's a discussion.
Yeah.
Just because there's so many people from different walks of life that have different opinions, and you know, so everybody receives it and gives it differently. So, but yeah, so it's a valid response to want to know what it is that's going on. But you know, it's.
I think that like probably I feel like as a woman, I just feel like when you say like, oh, they're not wifey material, I think that's the key word that's hurting a lot of females out here. I really do. I feel like people are like, what? Like, what do you mean? I do a lot, you know? But other than that, like, valid points everywhere, because you, as a woman, you should be able to explain yourself of why you do have a kid. You feel me? And if you have an uncomfortable moment with that, then that's something that you got to think about personally. But as for the wifey material, girl, if you know you wifey material, forget them. You feel me? Like, because like at the end of the day, like, what makes you wifey material is how you walk, how you talk, how you carry yourself, you know? But I just think that's just the key word that because every girl wants to be wifey material, you feel me?
And I love how you said that's the uncomfortable situation, because, like, that's the whole point I was getting at, because, like,
yeah,
you gotta, as a man, it's a business transaction we're about to do. And like, I'm about to put my time into this. I need to know everything from A to Z. Like, okay, this day, that day.
That's facts.
Why did this happen?
Yeah.
How did this happen? Why you choose this guy to let him do that? It's,
to you kind of thing. Yeah, like he said, there's so many like scenarios out there that like.
But then to go back to the fact where he said when girls ask, what do you do for a living? Based off of that one question alone can determine if a girl thinks you're like daddy material.
Yeah.
But can I tell y'all something for real? That caught me off guard because I don't ask that. I don't like
ask
what do
about
you do
someone's
for a
job and
living?
stuff?
Yeah, like I don't like I had my friend, she did that. She was talking to this guy and she's like, I'm gonna ask him what he's doing for work because I need to know what he's like, same thing you just said. But me, like when I go on first dates and when I meet somebody, like I wanna know how they treat people. I just
That's
like, you know what I
huge. Oh
mean?
my God.
I want to know, like, I'm not worried about how you treat me right now. I pay attention to, like, do you open door for strangers? Are you kind to your parents? Are you kind to people who aren't kind to you? You know? So to sit there and be
I'm
like,
not.
because at the end of the day, like, I'm down. You know what kind of wifey I am? I'm down for you to be on your lowest ground and still be on my highest ground and wait for you to meet me there.
It's good to say
You
that
feel
now.
me? Yeah, but for sure. But like at the end of the well, it's like, you know, because you know, like
It's good to hear it.
because
but-
you know, because there's some women who aren't patient like that, and there's some men who, at some point, as a
It's
woman,
facts.
you
It's
gotta be
facts.
like, at some point, you gotta give people a time limit. You feel me? You could be like, hey, like
That is true.
you're struggling right now. I see that. I'm here for you. Feel me? I got you. But if I don't see you trying to do better, then I'm out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's
I'm glad you
chasing.
clarified.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, I don't think it's like the mom or anything. I think it's just like a lot of women are really down out here. And because they see certain scenarios or are placed in certain situations, they're seen as, like you guys were talking about the music thing. Like when you see the internet, these people are trying to explain something to you, but the internet makes it something completely different that you don't even know who they are anymore. It's the same as a woman. The kid is the media. The kid is what they see, and they automatically be like, oh, she got a kid. You don't see the woman and say, oh, look at that beautiful woman. You feel me? And I get it, like asking the questions about the kid and stuff, but I think that a lot of moms out here, and I could be wrong, but I feel like a lot of moms out here, they're so, like you said, they're so worried about the kid that like they are trying and they're struggling, and there's some that go through depression and, you know, all these emotions that a wife would feel as a normal person, you know?
That's facts.
So yeah, that's basically like, that's what I gotta say about that, because I just like was listening and I was like, I love being called a wife, you feel me? But I also know that I got mistakes too. Like, you know, I'm very outgoing, I'm very kind, and I'm very genuine. I'm genuine at everything I do, but it doesn't mean I don't make mistakes.
Trinity, you one of a kind, because
If you're definitely one of a kind, because I was about to ask you, a guy can say the same thing and have literally no luck at all with a woman.
Yeah, because like my dad, I think I get that love from my dad. Like we were homeless for like a year. We lived in a van when I was little. We lived in like laundry rooms. And you know, it's crazy being in that situation. I still felt like I was on top of the world because of him. He still made me feel like I had everything when I had nothing. So I feel like that's what women are looking for who have kids, is somebody who's going to come into their life and be husband material. You feel me? Like who's going to come into, like, what are you bringing to my kid? Are you going to love my kid the same way I do? There's a lot of men who are in relationships with a woman who has a kid and not even worried about the kid because they worried about the woman. It's a team. It's the
that's exactly why I said what I said
Facts.
earlier,
Yeah.
because you got to come to the situation and like if you gonna step into that with a woman having a kid, like be a man about it and understand like
Exactly.
you about to play step. That's exactly
And if you're not
what I said
doing that,
earlier.
then what are you putting yourself in that scenario for? Why are you asking the questions that you asking?
That's
Yeah.
facts. That's
So-
real facts.
And there's men out there that's really just worried about trying to holler at the female and shit like
Yeah,
that.
for
And
sure.
y'all ain't shit for real.
You
Shit,
know?
I got a few homies that don't give a fuck about the kids. My nigga.
You feel me?
Got a
Like,
few dudes, but yo, she got like, yo, bro, she got like 2
Chilling.
kids, bro. I don't give a fuck about them kids, man. I'm trying to.
Man, fuck
so
them
how about that
kids.
football game?
Yeah,
How
bro,
about that
like,
football game
nah.
though?
I ain't about to hype a girl up thinking just to get some ass, bro. Like,
Yeah. So that's just it. I got y'all out there because, yeah, it's just hard because love is hard. It's not boy or girl, you know, it's just love, and it's communication, it's patience, and that's what makes a person, like not to put a label on wife or husband, but a person, you know? And I feel like a lot of times there's no communication in this world. Everything's on phones and you text and FaceTime. But when it's face to face, how many times do you want to really confront the person that you confront? You know?
shit, you got to do it every time you feel like confronting.
You
to be honest
know?
with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys.
I'm precautious the way that I am, and if I'm looking to have a family in the future, which I want to, and I want to have kids and be able to like be 70 years old with grandchildren, maybe great grandchildren or whatever, like it's got to be with the right woman. Like I'm not trying to sit here and be like my father, like four kids with 4 different women, bro. I'm really not trying to be out here like that. I want to, like, I got women all over my family. I really want to be able to set the example and kind of set the tone for that. And like, yo, like we got to stop doing this shit. Like, bro, if you in a relationship and that shit not working, bro, like just let it go. Like, and it's easier said than done in most situations, but like y'all really got to be able to understand what it is that Trinity said earlier by self-love is the best kind of love. And if you don't love yourself, you're never going to be able to have the ability to love anyone else.
Right.
And ultimately that's what's going to come down to your relationships and what it is that you go through personally as a person. Like you really like got to learn to love yourself first, take time to yourself. Like even if you're lonely, even if you're feeling anxious or depressed, like you need to go through that and learn how to be able to like work with those feelings, suppress those feelings, overcome those feelings, and then actually be able to meet someone that really fits you. Because you've probably gone throughout the course of your life, even if you're young, and met the right person that was for you. It's just that you weren't in the right place mentally or emotionally or spiritually. And so it kind of fucked up the situation. And next thing you know, like you go 10 years throughout your life and look back on it and say, damn, that really might have been the girl, or that might have really been the guy that was there for me. I just wasn't right in the head. Exactly.
That was me, y'all.
Yo, just to piggyback off that though, and that comment that person made, bro, like, I don't think women, like I said, I do not speak for anything I don't understand. I'm speaking from my point of view. I don't think women understand the risk men are taking trying to date a single woman, bro. Because like,
no, you gotta step to the plate as a man. Like that's not a light situation. You shouldn't take that situation lightly walking into that as a man. Like, it's like she got a whole responsibility that she got to deal with. And like, I applaud the women that like make sure that they put that in front. Like I do have kids. Like I am a single mother. I am out here working this and that. And like I got a lot of respect for y'all, especially if you come out and say that too. And I'm like, okay, that's dope. Like, and some of them will say that right up front just to see if you get scared and run away. Like I've spoke to women in the past who were single mothers and stuff. I'm like, okay, like, that doesn't intimidate me by any stretch of the means. I'm worried about like who are you as a person, and you know what I'm saying. And
I like that you say that because I was telling my friend the other day, like, everyone asks me like, do I want kids? And I usually used to say no, but I thought about it. Like you said, I just don't want them right now. You feel me? So now I change it to like eventually, because I would love to raise a little mini me. You feel me? Yeah. Because I was like, I would be like, no, but I was like, yeah, I do. I just need to be real with myself. So I was telling my friend, she was like, man, like my parents never got a divorce, and it's been like 30 years and now they're getting a divorce, and you know, this is like, it's supposed to be a family thing. And I told her, you know, I wouldn't mind having a kid with somebody as long as they're kind as a person. Like if we don't work out, but they're able to show out for their kid, you feel me, respect the boundaries that are put in place, cool. Like I just want a kid with somebody who's gonna love the kid itself, you feel me? Thanks. Because like me, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna move on, you feel me, and I'm gonna live my life and you're gonna live yours. But like my dad, like my mom put him through so much. Like she tried to push him away from me over and over, and he just kept coming back, you know. And he didn't treat my mom no way. He would just be like, you know, I really want to see my daughter. I love her. And, you know, I think it's just like you got to be able to just be respectful, you know. And I feel like people have so much bitter when like it doesn't go their way. Like when relationships don't work, people instead of being like, it didn't work, it is what it is, like, you know, let's move on in the most genuine way, they're like, oh, you know, forget that person, forget that, wish bad on them. And it's like, but what does that say about you when you wish bad on somebody? You feel me?
That's what social media has corrupted all these people.
Yeah.
I don't want to say women in general, but damn, like a lot of these celebrities got people like doing wild shit just because they're doing it. Like, oh, have a kid with this person, get this check. Like, there's women out there that are really trying to set niggas up, like, just to get a bag, bro.
For sure. Yeah,
crazy.
For sure. That is a thing. That was my mom. My mom, that was my mom. My mom knew what she was doing. Shout out to your mom. But yeah, I literally, like, I just think that at this point in life, like, you know, I was like, you know, like, people were having babies in their 20s back in the 90s. You feel me? Like, this is a normal age gap. Like, we in the age gap right now where, like, you know how when you're 16, there's quinces all the time? This is the baby central right now we in. So you're going to see the people who are, like, you know, like, you're just going to see people getting married, you see people having babies. Like, that's just like, you 18, do what you want, you know? But it's like, I just think that nowadays, like, everybody wants love to fill a void that they can't fill themselves.
I swear.
You know, like it's another
yo.
body. It's a warm body, is what my dad likes to say.
Swear.
You know, and same thing with men. Like men are like taxis. You whistle, another one comes. For sure, that's the thing. But
and that's why we gotta ask. All right, what type of person are you?
You know, but like I can say that I've made some mistakes back in my days where like I see people making now, and I'm like, dang, remember I used to do that, or dang, like that's how I used to look. You know, so I think that people who once a cheater was a cheater, I don't believe that. It's a hard thing to believe, and it's hard to find somebody who really want to change. But I cheated before. I did when I was in my first relationship. I cheated on him, and it wasn't crazy. It was a kiss, but it was still, you know, he's not my man. What am I doing? You know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
but now I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm like, but still, like, you feel me? But like now, like. Nah, not even close. Like, if you're not my man, no thank you. You know, like that's just how it is, because now I respect myself so much that I would never like put myself in that situation again to make me feel that way, to make me feel like, what did I do? You know, like, and if you don't have guilt when you do that shit, that's just weird.
Well, you're one of the rare girls that actually learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, the Lord put you in a situation in which wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
It was something like, maybe it's, you know, it's cheating or whatever. Like, sometimes they say, like, dudes that be in a relationship, like, flirting with other girls through phones, like, they're like boner cheating.
Yeah,
they're like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that, because they
yeah.
haven't necessarily done anything, but they entertaining other bitches.
Facts.
But like you kind of went through a circumstance where you physically did like connect with someone, but it was something slight. Like you kissed them, you didn't actually like physically like go to sleep with them or something like that. But I was about to say, like, because you got blessed in a sense and you were able to kind of learn from that experience and move on from that and understand like that's not okay. Because
so bringing it around back to the babies, you can literally have a baby and learn from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So regardless of like, I feel like a lot of women went through their own mistakes and ended up with a kid. And I think that now they had a hard lesson. Just like that was my little lesson.
Yeah.
That was their hard lesson.
Big time.
You know?
Big
so
time.
that's why I feel like a lot of women get a lot of like angry because like we learn too, you feel me? Like
facts.
we learn too. We grow and we do our thing. And I don't know, I just feel like men out here nowadays, like we could sit here and go back and forth of like men and women, blah, blah, but it's really just individuality, you know? Like I just think that like you got it, you don't. And it's up to you if you want to wait on somebody, and it's up to you if you don't, you know?
That's literally bouncing right off of that is like what I was talking about earlier with the self-love thing, bro. Like if you're in a circumstance in which you're not happy or in a relationship that's just not working out, bro, let that shit go. Because what you don't want to be is the person that's in a relationship with someone that's extremely toxic, or you guys are toxic for each other and it's just horrible, but you continuously try to keep hanging on to that shit and fuck around and have a child. And now you're fucking, now it gets even deeper. Now your child has to be the one in the middle of all that bullshit. And they don't deserve to be a person that wasn't asked to be brought into this world and have to deal with your shit.
Facts.
You or your man shit. You know what I'm saying? Or your man and your shit. Like which way it goes. Like bruh. Like that's the shit that I be seeing that be killing me, bro. Cause I be seeing like some women out here that be with some toxic ass men, bro, that they crazy as hell. Like they be like, bro, like
Dick real good.
Like I personally like knew this like lady, bro, that I worked with once. The sweetest lady ever. Like we was around the same age range and stuff, like so fucking cool, so funny, like always so like outgoing, cool ass people. Had I believe like 2 kids, and then 2 different baby daddies. The one that she recently had, like she was with that individual and stuff like that, but the relationship was like extremely toxic and she was getting ready to leave him, but then she fucked around and found out that she was pregnant. And so she got caught.
That was the
that was that. Damn.
So she kind of got caught in that circumstance and was kind of like, oh fuck. And she hasn't been able to get away from that since, because you know what I'm saying. She just don't want to leave her boy, you know, without a father and this and that. Like, so it's a lot of those situations where I've kind of be like, oh,
yeah,
like,
but those
bro,
are situations
like,
that you got to watch out for too, because like. I'm not talking shit about this person, please. The comment section, don't go nuts. But I'm saying the fact that like she won't leave even if she's pregnant, even if the situation's bad, is another red flag in itself too. Because like
so what you relying on him for? What you like, I was just gonna say that, like, I feel like people.
There is some men that's crazy out there though. I got throw that shit.
Facts.
No, for sure, but I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving. Oh my God, you gonna kill me? You gonna kill me then? Like I'm out, because I feel like I've like. you know, like those women who have men that are like, I'm gonna kill myself if you leave. Like, boy, bye. Like, if that's the case, if that's what you want to do to yourself, and I know it may sound really harsh, but if you gotta go because you're unhappy, babe, you gotta go. Like, whatever he chooses to do after, I feel like a lot of women just sit there and they like, oh well, he's gonna do this and blah blah blah, or like, I can't do it, I'm just using him financially. Girl, that's a you problem. That's a you problem, and you're sticking yourself in a situation where you're gonna be unhappy and broke. And it's like those two things just don't mix. And it's like, if you don't leave because you're pregnant, you know, whatever, that's just not it. Like, you got to be able to get up and get your shit together, you know? And whether you got to do it alone, you got to do it alone. And it's just what it is. I feel like, oh, I got to feel the heartbreak. Yes, you do. You're going to go through the heartbreak. You're going to feel that pain, but it doesn't mean you won't get through it.
Shit, you going through pain every day dealing with them battles.
Exactly.
So you might as well just kind of go
Add
through
it to
that
the
little
plate, you feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
that, bruh, it's the same logic as people talk about like working a 9 to 5 or like going through the life of an entrepreneur. Like, bro, I feel that shit in my soul because like working a 9 to 5, man, I give a little backstory because I love how this like stuff interconnects because like that shit is true because like you're better off leaving that situation, kind of dealing with that heartbreak for a little bit, but then you end up learning from that and you grow from that as a person, whether it's man or woman, like whoever's in that circumstance. For me personally, like I've never been in that, and I hope I never will be. I pray that I won't.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's just I just got slight superstitions, man. Caribbean people, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I had a circumstance like that, not necessarily with children, but like a couple of years ago, probably maybe like 2 years ago, I was relatively new to the West Coast and shit like that. I had got my like first corporate job, bro. Like I'm getting a fucking salary, I'm getting commission, I got paid, moving to my own apartment. I'm feeling good. Like damn, I'm making the most money I ever made in my life, bro. We talking about me coming in college making like 10K a year while I'm in school. You know, making jack shit, but somehow you making it work. Like, so I'm like making money for real. Like we talking like, oh, we making 50, 60K a year. All of a sudden you got a couple $1,000s in your hand. You like, oh shit, like I'm sitting pretty right now. But then like the ultimate sacrifice for that, like in the midst of me working full time and shit, like that shit was taking so much time out of my day, and it was making me so tired mentally, like that I really wasn't necessarily taking any time to do shit that I'm doing now as a freelance photographer and videographer, to produce a podcast, to be doing the different things I'm doing now. I didn't have the energy or time to do that shit back then. I really just had to kind of just eat it and be like, nah, bro, this shit ain't it. I had to call my mom one day. I was like, hey, ma, like, you know, I ain't really calling you to try to talk me out of my decision, but it's just more so like, yeah, I'm going to have to leave this job. And I can't do this. Well, what are you going to do for her? How you going to make money? I was like, man, I got a car, man. I'll go deliver some food for a little bit, pay the rent, figure it out for a month. You know what I'm saying? I did exactly that. I ended up finding a job where I was like cool at and shit, was making good money, was still able to pay my bills, was living comfortably and shit, but like still like that, you know, that thing, and it's no offense to anybody that does or that enjoys doing it, but like working for someone else is just not my thing, bro. I just don't like taking orders from someone else, not specifically because I'm like not able to be competent or like listen to someone, but there's just a lot of like situations and scenarios and workplaces where people are just like terrible bosses, and so there's people out there that are fucking ignorant, and like I just like don't want to deal with that shit, don't want to deal with that person's energy every single day, because it's like fucking putting me in like this imbalanced mode. So for me, it's like I'd rather just deal with the hardships of being an entrepreneur, sleeping less, you know what I'm saying, going, you know, 7 days a week in which you got to work, spending months on top of months, years on top of years, developing something, you know, because it can be literally 1 to 3 years where I could put myself from making 40 or 50K a year to making fucking like 500K a year. You know what I'm saying? Like as my actual like income, versus me working until the age of fucking 65 or 70, making that same amount of money a year or less, and living check to check. Like it's almost the same thing as like you rather just fuck around and get yourself out of that situation, even if you are pregnant, even if you know it's going to hurt and it's going to be hard for you as a single mother or as a man, if you might have a different circumstance, but like get the fuck up out of that situation, bro, and like look out for yourself, and like self-love is the best love, and like take that route, because I don't regret my decision at all whatsoever, and I'm extremely happy, because if I didn't make that decision, like we wouldn't be sitting here right now. You feel me? And so I think that's a big lesson learned that people really need to like look into. Like, bro, trust me, that shit will pay off. And I know even this is just the foundation. This is like the base of all this and this platform and everything that's going on. Like, bro, like a year from now or 2 years from now, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, it can really blow up and change your life. And
Yeah.
the same way in which you're in that circumstance with a kid and all that, like you can really find a lot about yourself, learn new lessons, and really love yourself on a different type of level if you take yourself out of that situation.
And your kid out that situation. You're
Yeah.
basically taking him out the
Facts.
same situation. You feel me? Like a village wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
You know? So
Exactly.
I feel like there's a lot of people who leave and then they come right back because it gets hard, you know? And I'm like, nah,
swear,
you
bro.
know, just
Even if,
because
like,
it got hard, you know? And
yeah.
I'm like, that's the point. Like if you thought life was going to be easy, you live in a fairy tale, you know? It's fun and it's exciting, but you got to make it fun and you got to make it exciting, because there's always going to be ups and downs. I always tell myself when I'm having a very hard time in life, I'm going to be up again. You feel me? Like I'm going to be right back up again.
100%.
Just let this go through, let the boat float, let it go, whatever he's trying to teach you. And then eventually you'll be back on top, you know? And so, yeah, I totally agree with that. I just feel like, you know, I tell a lot of women to look at themselves in the mirror for 5 minutes and literally compliment themselves. You know how many times women, what? Girl, look at you. Like, you know what I mean? Or like for real, you know? And when you don't love yourself, you don't care how people treat you. You don't care how people treat you. People could shit on you and you still be like, okay, you know? And then who ends up hurt? You know, so it's like at the end of the day, if you don't, like, you got to spend time with yourself too. I feel like that's important. A lot of company,
Really
it's
important.
just misery loves company. You know what I mean? And I'm good sitting in my room watching some SpongeBob, you know, eating me a box of pizza, because like now I'm to the point where like I don't need nobody. I've had my best friend or my ex-best friend, we just stopped being friends, whatever. And, you know, yesterday I was a little sad and I was like, you know, like, dang, that sucks. But back then I would have chased. I would have definitely chased, because I always tell people I could get somebody back if I wanted to. I'm romantic as hell. Make them a cute gift basket, sit outside the window with the radio. You feel me? I'm so sorry. Let's talk about it. Let's communicate about it. I'm smooth. You know, I am. And that's why I'm like, I could put the work if I wanted to get you back, but why do you deserve that work? You know,
Exactly.
why
Facts.
do you deserve that work? And so
Facts.
that's why it's like now it's kind of easy for me to be like, if you want to leave, leave. You know, and that means a lot, because in my first relationship, I was the type of girl to stand in front of the door, you know, and I was, and I'm strong, you feel me? So yeah, I was like, you talking to me. So yeah, but now I'm just like, cool, the door's unlocked. And you know, it's going to hurt watching them go, because when they do go, you're like, damn, you really left, you know, and you're alone. But when you love yourself enough, you're like, there's going to be more doors. There's going to be more
moves.
friends.
I just want to say that you're the ideal woman. Like everything you're saying is like the ideal woman, because there's a lot of people out there that talking shit, but they're not willing to do what you're doing.
Because like, and you know, I'm still not ready.
They're not willing to look themselves in the mirror and be like, all right, what can I change?
Yeah,
facts.
Because like I caught myself crushing on this boy for a little bit, you know, and I caught myself like, he would talk to some other girl and I caught myself kind of giving him that neck look, like, who are you talking to, you know? And I literally was like, you're not ready for relationships now, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that woman to keep tabs on him. If he want to cheat, he's going to cheat, you know? And you got to allow that shit to happen. And if it happens, it's up to you to leave or stay, you know? So I don't want to be creeping no more. I don't want to be worried, or I want to worry about me and I'm in love, you know? And that's it. Not, oh, what are you doing? Yeah. You know, like, you feel me?
And those insecurities can like lead a good man away. I've been in a situation where like and that's another thing. I think my fears of, like, not to keep saying like the woman having a kid, but that's a fear of me trying to clean up somebody else's mistakes. Yeah. And I hate cleaning up after people. Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like my fear of finding a single mother is cleaning up another guy's mess. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to, and I know a lot of guys out there are going to say the same thing. They're not trying to, that's the reason why it's a red flag, because we're not trying to clean up something that was messed up by another relationship. Yeah. And you're going to bring that into this relationship, regardless of whatever you say you are with the other man. Yeah. Whatever y'all had in the past is going to trickle over.
Yeah.
Bro, because that'd be huge. Like what you saying, because I hate, like, in the past, if I had like ran into like a woman or whatever, like, you know, and like I talked to someone, I'm like, oh shit, like, damn, like she actually, like, she's a good quality girl, like she works, you know, she in school, she works, you know, she spent time with her family, blah blah blah, like, damn. But then all of a sudden, like, 1 date in, 2 dates in or something, and all of a sudden you see the red flag pop up, this pop up, that pop up. I'm like, hey, Nah, see, the last one fucked you up. Now I'm pissed.
Yeah,
now I'm mad.
Yeah.
And now I'm pissed because he fucked you up and you actually a good quality woman and the
Yeah.
last one fucked you up mentally. So you over here questioning me whether I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Like I'm really just trying to be down for you. Like you just don't see that. And it's
Oh, that's
just
so sucky too. That's like one of
been
my
in this,
biggest
been in them
fears.
circumstances
He
way too
right,
many
though.
times.
That's like one of my big. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying because he's right. Because like, say like you do find that girl you can see yourself with, when she brings that other relationship, it's kind of like, okay, like if I'm, like you said, if I'm going to cheat, let me cheat.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not cheating and I'm trying to be faithful, now you're driving that man to cheat.
To
Because,
cheat, yeah.
Like
Literally.
bro, my last relationship,
swear.
I'm like,
Literally, yeah, that was.
yeah, like I told my girl, I'm like, yo, like I'm not cheating on you, but the fact that you keep accusing me of cheating on you is
Yeah.
like no difference with me just cheating on you
Yeah.
to begin with.
Because you're already there.
And then when they do
Yeah.
end up cheating on you, then you gotta, then it's like, oh, I didn't believe you did that. Like, motherfucker, it was the same if I did it or if I didn't. Like, you're gonna go to my phone every time I get in the
Yeah.
house. You're gonna go to my phone regardless. Oh, who's you
Yeah.
with? Why you like this picture? Like, huh?
And women, y'all ladies.
Yo, actually, now that you say that, I actually want to replay another video, something that you said as well. Speaking about that very exact thing.
That's why motherfuckers don't want to date now, bro. That shit is too complicated.
Like,
And if you look through a man's phone, you're going to find something to hurt you.
You're gonna find what you
I don't
looking
care.
for.
It could be 3 years ago. It could be on Google search.
Nah, that
it could
ain't
be
it.
on. I'm telling you, we go
so
deep.
I'm
We go deep.
gonna hit you with another clip of something that Quan has said, speaking in relation to that, of what he just said. So we're gonna play that shit back for the people so they can hear that stuff again. Again, this is from episode 5,
Okay.
right? Yeah, okay.
The teeth in the morning.
Don't know the half.
Gonna go talk to them girls, right? Bro, you got a haircut now. Now you dress. How toxic it was, bro, in my relationship, bro. With that nagging shit, bro. Like, it was at a point where I was just FaceTiming random bitches.
That's part of the crazy shit I'm talking about, because that's literally what I said is like you peep how a girl act when certain actions like that happen. Because then what is a female going to tell you?
What you getting dressed for them bitches? Huh?
Okay.
Like, dog, like I can't put clothes on. Like,
Why you brushing your teeth in the morning?
Don't know the half.
Gonna go talk to them girls, right? Oh, you got a haircut now. Now you about to go fuck somebody? Huh?
Damn.
We got dinner tonight. What do you mean? Like, we got dinner tonight. How am I gonna do that and have dinner? Who you texting? I'm playing a fucking game with you. We playing the same
we
game.
play 8-ball.
You were right next to me. You were right next to me. You see what I'm doing on my phone. How toxic it was, bro. With my
So it's like
Oh, that
stepping
was
off of
funny.
what it is that you just said. And nah, I felt that shit in my soul, bro. Because I had a personal experience where like, it was like dealing with that shit, bro. And I was too comfortable within a relationship, bro. I was way too comfortable. I should have let that shit go way earlier than when I actually did. And it ended up hurting me 10 times more when I end up letting it go that much later. Because, man, bro, dealing with shit like that, like I would never, ever put up with that shit again, bro.
never
But
again,
y'all-
bro.
Never,
but y'all
bro.
be like, sometimes y'all be making us crazy like that for real because
Y'all crazy in your
y'all
own.
fuck
How?
up. No, because we be
I'm gonna let you
good,
explain
right?
yourself.
Yeah, because we be good. We be romantic and loving, and then I don't know where you fuck up, right? You just fuck up. You just have a moment, and then a woman, once you lose trust, it's hard to get it back, and I don't think men understand that. Like men,
Fuck up in which way, though?
like
I hate to
just
cut you
in
off.
general, like more like.
Because fucking up, we could be talking about, oh, you fuck around and cheat, or you go do some bullshit, like or you text another girl.
Cheating. Let's go with cheating. Yeah. So
Okay, yeah, that's totally okay.
you know, so like you cheat and she forgives you, whatever, and then you gotta mend that, right? Now you know you fucked up. Now you in this relationship, and now
Facts.
she's tripping, right? And you over here like, damn, like I said, I'm not gonna do it again. Can you just believe me? And we over here like dead ass, like in our head, like I'm trying to believe you, and I'm trying to work on that, but like it is hard, y'all. Like your brain, like it's like PTSD, you know, like you.
Oh,
sit there,
facts.
it's
Facts.
like you don't want to get hurt like that again, like you just said.
I'm
So
glad,
that's
I'm
a
glad you
cheater,
said that.
always a
no,
cheater.
I'm glad. Yeah,
You know what I
see,
mean?
now you know why I said that.
So like you over here like, damn, I gotta keep tabs, but then you get so caught up in that you lose yourself in that. Like I was like that. He fucked up. I was, looking through his phone all the time, and then when he broke up with me, as soon as we broke up, I was like, okay. And then I started dancing again. I started painting again. For 2 years straight, I did not paint or dance. And I did not catch that until we broke up because of how invested I was into this man, because I didn't want him to hurt me again. But as a bad bitch, you just got to be like, if he hurt me again, fuck it, I'm out, So, yeah, y'all, it gets crazy in our woman's head because
That's
it's
why
not
I
that.
feel you.
And we try.
If like as a man, like I gotta be real for y'all men out there, for y'all fellas, bro, for real. Like you put yourself in that situation, bro,
Right.
for real. Like if you fuck around and you had a good girl, bro, and you fuck around and cheat on her, bro, being a dickhead, like if she leave your ass, that's warranted, bro. You deserve it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Black
Like,
men don't cheat.
So if you went ahead and fucked up in that circumstance, bro, that's on you, bro. You gonna have to eat that as a man, bro. You have to learn from that situation and move on. But I also on vouching for the men as well. It's also like I feel for them if they get in a circumstance in which they've been cheated on, a woman per se, right, has been cheated on in the past, and then they're dealing with the like the post-traumatic like stress of all that, like that the new man has to deal with now. Oh, my last one cheated on me. I know. Now I got to look out for this so this doesn't happen again. Blah, blah, blah. And you might have like a good man or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have actually a good quality man in your hands that's really trying to give you that time and attention, but you over here doing a bunch of bullshit. You know, because you scared it's gonna happen again, and like what it is that you fear will come into fruition, and that's what you got to understand as a human being. Like the shit that you're scared of, the shit that you fear will happen.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
true. Because you're thinking into reality.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
attracting that shit to yourself, and it's gonna happen to you. So you got to let that shit go, bro. You got to be
Yeah,
able to
for
move on,
sure.
and whether it's you date 3 people in a row and all 3 of them cheat on you, bro.
Cool,
But,
move on, try again.
but it's like reverting back to everything that we said, man. You need to take some time. What Trinity said, you need to take time to yourself. You need to learn how to be able to love yourself. You need to be able to take time to really just, you know, indulge in yourself and find new hobbies and new things that you enjoy to do. I know when I was in a circumstance like that, I started to coming from the east to the west, specifically the south, like there's no mountains and shit over there. So I started really getting into like hiking and shit when I got over here.
Yeah.
So I started hiking a lot. That's when I started really having like a spiritual awakening, was like during that time period where I was hiking at least once or twice a week. And I was just going up there, just walking up there and blah, blah, blah. And I even did it on Christmas because I remember my first year that I haven't been home for Christmas in like 2 years. So this will be the first year that I actually go. So I'm actually, you know, it's dope. But I remember the first year I was going through so much, man. I haven't really give people the backstory on my life or what it is that I got through to start or producing this show. I'll do it another time. But specifically during that time, man, I was going through a lot, bro. And it was a bunch of shit that I was really having to deal with emotionally. And I remember on Christmas, I went, I hiked this specific mountain, went to the top and stuff. Christmas morning, my mom gave me a call, family calling me, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. We miss you, whatever, whatever. And I'm at the top of the mountain talking to them and shit. I let her go. And then I just sat there at the top of that mountain for like almost 2 hours, meditating, listening to music. I think I ended up crying at one point for a little bit, just like eyes closed the whole time, just feeling the breeze, feeling everything. And I was like, bro, when I get the fuck up off this mountain, I'm going to walk down the other side, in which the other side didn't have like steps necessarily. So I was going through like a rugged path, but I'd always did that shit as a kid. So it didn't intimidate me. I was like, but when I do walk down the other side, I go back to my fucking car. All the bullshit that I walked up here with, I'm letting that shit go.
Yeah.
And that to me was
That's
huge. And I
pretty.
think from that day moving forward, I started making some real strides in my life, because I went from fucking sleeping on the futon to like having my first like corporate job and being in my own apartment and like really having my shit together. You feel me? So it was a big transition for me as a person. So I think if you're in one of those situations and shit like that, like you just got to find something to be able to help like kind of replenish you and like kind of put you, because for me, like being an athlete, like football in the past, if I was going through shit as a young adult or shit, like that was my getaway, like go to the weight room, go play football, blah, blah, blah. But I think I found like a new thing as a young man, like going hiking. That shit really cleared my mind, gave me like a whole different sense of life, and got over that shit. So
I might need to do that.
Oh God.
Real talk.
Shit,
whatever
I
it
got a gym
is,
membership.
it could be a hobby, it could be hiking, it could be fishing, it could be a whole bunch of different shit. Like
I'm more of
art.
like a, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
like a lot of people do art, music,
Journal.
like you feel me? Over here rapping and shit before the show.
Y'all weren't ready for that. They weren't ready
we
for
might
that.
have to, we might have to give y'all a snippet
It was
of that.
dope. It was
because
dope,
that shit
y'all.
was funny.
I
That
was
shit was
so
fire.
nervous.
Shout out to Brick. Go
I
ahead.
literally like, I just like love that we're talking about this, because this world does not have that kind of love no more. You know, like so many 8 billion people. Do y'all know we have reached 8 billion people in this world?
It's probably more.
No, that because everyone's getting born every second. You know, so it's just like. That's why it's like out of 1 billion people, you got to be the one to carry you, you know, because who else is going to do it? Who else is going to get you in this podcast? You know, you had to be like, all right, let me really get my ass up and really get this shit started by pushing play for the first episode, you know, and just by doing that, people think, but don't do. And that's why they're like, oh, I want to get better. I want to do better. I want to be better. But they don't put the work in.
So I wanted to ask y'all a question, right? Whether it was about y'all personally or if it's a circumstance in which y'all seen, right? What was...
I like questions.
I like questions. Oh, it's a podcast.
I'm
wow.
all excited.
Oh my God,
I
we
know, I'm
here.
all excited. I'm like, go ahead, ask me.
Don't you dare voice your opinion either, bro.
Who?
I said, don't you dare voice your opinion on your own podcast.
Yeah, the heck.
That's.
Oh, people can suck nuts. 'Cause I be talking crazy on here. Y'all ain't even gonna lie. I be watching some of this shit back and be like, damn, I'm finna get canceled.
You're funny.
But then at the same time,
Yeah.
like, I don't give a
You don't
fuck
care.
about
It's
being
your
canceled.
podcast.
Bruh, I
Yeah,
just,
facts.
I
It's
have
Your
no,
podcast.
They telling you what to say.
Y'all can make your own podcast if you don't have a problem.
bro, oh my gosh. I really haven't even gotten to a lot of the shit that I really want to talk about for real. I mean, we're gonna say that one for 2023, but
It's exciting.
because boy, there's gonna finna be a niche of people out there that ain't finna like me, and I'm not gonna give a single fuck either. But what it was that I was saying? Oh yeah, because obviously, typically we drop these on Wednesdays, man. These are Wild Wednesdays. This is more like an educational, informational type of episode, and I love it. But just to at least switch into that gear a little bit, what is the most like in terms of the scenario in which we're talking about, right? Where single mothers, single fathers, whatever the case, right? What was obviously I don't have children, so what was one of the scenarios or situations in which y'all seen that was like the craziest to you? Like you was just like, wow, like these people really out here living this life, and like they would just not walk away.
Like a negative or positive type of.
Negative, of
All
course.
right,
Like
cool.
wow, like it's like whoa.
like them being in a relationship or just anything.
Like
No,
them having a kid type shit.
Yeah, like speaking upon the situation that we were talking about earlier, like like you see some crazy shit like, oh, like homegirl got 3 different baby daddies, or I knew this one girl that had 3 different baby daddies, and this and that, and she was with this one dude that was abusive, or like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit out there,
Y'all know my story. I got a whole bunch of stories for everything, bro. But nah, just to get back on the baby issue, bro. Like I know a girl, bro. She literally like, bro. I'm 28, so she 3 years younger than me. So she 20 at the time. She was like 19, bro. She already had 2 kids. I was maybe like 23 years old,
She was
bro.
19?
Yeah, she already had 2 kids, bro. And I'm like, I mean, I tried to do that dating thing, and I
Yeah.
think that's where I get my like stipulations from. But
Yeah.
like, bro, like nobody's taking responsibility, bro. Like she's not learning. Like, okay, you got 2 different baby daddies,
Yeah.
2 kids. You're 19, bro. And now, like looking back, bro, she got 4 kids now. She's 26.
Oh, damn.
Dang.
That's a lot.
And you feel like that's not red flags, bro? 3 baby daddies, like you're not like people aren't seeing what I'm looking at, bro. Like, bro, I'm not saying there's no man, but there's very few men that are willing to take that chance with her because just all the fact that you let that happen multiple times, twice maybe. All right, cool, mistakes. But 3, 4, all right, bro, what's going on? Like, dog, that's toxic as fuck, bro. And you gonna bring all that into this new relationship, bro? I'm not down for that. I'm not down for that. And I know nobody in the comment section is gonna take a woman with that many mistakes, even for a men's side. You're not gonna take a guy like with the job. You're not gonna date a guy who isn't working, even if how cool he is. Oh, he doesn't have a job. You're gonna be like, all right, like you're not gonna take care of no grown ass.
For real, because imagine
Not
you go on a date with a guy or whatever, and like he sit here pay for this date and blah 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 blah. Because I heard of a circumstance like this before where a girl met a guy. He was handsome. She loved him. Whatever. Not loved him, but she was interested in him and shit. Took her out. Took her on a nice date. Had a nice dinner. Blah 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 blah. Went on a couple days together. 4 dates in, like she's a month or 2 talking to this dude. Ends up finding out that he has a good job or whatever, but he still lives at home with his parents, so he doesn't pay any bills. So that's why he has so much money in his
To
hands
spend, yeah.
to spend. And then you kind of look at that, and you got
he's a
like if you
he's a
making
mama's
like
boy or some shit.
like if you making 70 or 80K a year, fam, why ain't you got a little apartment? Like you can
Yeah,
get something for like a
yeah.
K. Feel me? Ain't even gonna scratch your check, like
Yeah.
So it's different shit like that, but.
Nobody knows what they want, bro, until they don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because-
facts. You got to fuck up early and often, for
Yeah,
real.
Literally.
Because wait, bro, I
That's
know
the key to
a
life.
guy.
You got to fuck up.
He
You
literally
really
told
do.
me he saved up $500,000 before he moved out. He was like 34 when he first moved out of his crib, but he had $500,000 in cash, like in his bank.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, bro, I didn't move out till I was 34 with like $500,000 in my account.
That's crazy.
Hey, but he
But he was
500,000.
having problems dating because he would tell him I live with my mom.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I live in the basement of my mom's crib. Oh, that's not like
Damn, and you
know,
made-
like, but
Ah.
he has bread, bro.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
He was just stacking up before he
See,
got
that's
to the
what, like
like,
that
That's
don't
what I'm
mean
saying.
that's bro. That's what I be talking about when it really don't mean shit, bro. You as a man, bro, you could really like.
be on your
like-
shit and still get the short end of the stick, my nigga.
I swear, bro. Like, but because you live with your mom. Oh, I can't
Nigga,
fuck with him now.
Facts.
He live with his mom, so you can't fuck with him all this and that. But he got fucking
Facts.
$400K in the fucking bank, and he making good money from a job. Oh, but he live with his mom, this and that. I can't fuck with him.
Like his first house he bought, bro, he bought it cash. Like
Yeah.
no bills, no mortgage. He bought it straight
But then
cash.
y'all be out here getting dicked by these bums with no jobs, bro, and no cars. Like y'all be whole like eating dick by someone that
No,
don't
for
don't
real.
even got transportation, bro. You picking
him up.
You picking him up to swallow his nut, bro. Like that's crazy to me. Like that is, bro. Like you think about that, bro. Think about that. Like you whole ass as a woman, bro. You working. And you doing your shit, maybe you got the crib, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you like moved out somewhere, but you got some roommate, it don't matter your circumstance, bro. But you kind of got your shit together and you see a cute guy or whatever, you start talking to dude, and dude don't even work. He don't even do nothing. He might be living off of like his parents' money. Bro don't even got a car for real.
selling little dime bags or some shit like that.
I swear, bro. But then all of a sudden, but then you got the other dude that making X amount of money a year, like $100K a year, this and that. But he might still live at home with his mom or something. And you tripping? What if it's something wrong with his mom's? What if she need like extra support? What if she might be disabled or whatever the case may be? Like, bruh,
Or if
you
it's just smart.
bugging.
Smart.
But then
Smart.
you out here like letting dick get put in your mouth by someone that ain't got shit going for them. They got a whole felony. Like, bro, you look and sound dumb as fuck. Like, and this is what we talking about, bitch, when that's an automatic red flag. Cause I'm
Yeah.
looking at you like,
They're the type of people you choosing.
Yeah.
yeah, like, bruh.
I'm very big
You don't
on
even
that.
respect yourself for real if
Plus-
you allowing yourself to like choose them people for your life.
Plus, you become the company that you hang around. You know.
Bro,
So,
for real.
You around bums, you gonna be a bum. It's just what it is.
Nah, it'd be
Swear.
it'd be the people trying to impress other people that get caught into that lifestyle. So like, okay, I need the person that's doing X and this that look like they're doing X and this. That's what really get people fucked up. Because now they want that person that look like they up here, when in reality not.
They right here.
And then the person they, like you said, the person that dude was supposed to be with, and then by the time you pass them, is long gone now.
Yeah, yeah. They moved on, got married, had kids.
Yeah, like bro, like
Got a Lamborghini in Texas.
facts.
I'm telling you, bro.
Eating toast every day.
Do you have any like circumstances or situations you seen that was like just crazy? You ain't got to throw no names or anything out there, but just something that you knew of or
Yeah.
witnessed.
Yeah, I got a couple friends and like who had a lot of my friends are having babies. So congratulations, guys.
Just be careful with this.
Yeah. You
Be
know?
careful with this because you said
Okay,
friends.
Yeah.
So be
They
careful
my
what you
friends,
say.
They know how I feel. I'm honest. I'm real honest.
I know what
so-
you're saying, but on they side, just be careful
yeah,
what
yeah,
you
for sure, for sure. But yeah, I have people in my life who have kids and stuff, and they're not really in good situations. But as a friend, like I peep it, you know, and they putting the kid through that shit. But as me being the one that doesn't have a kid, I gotta mind my business. You know, like I gotta let them. Like I tell my friend I tell my friend all the time, like, you know, girl, like at the end of the day, like if you got to go through this over and over for you to get it, I'm gonna let you do it. I'm just gonna be the shoulder for you to cry on. You know, like I'm just gonna be the person here to wipe the tears when you want to talk to me about it 100 times. Let's talk about it. But I'm in the point in my life where like I'm no longer giving advice, and I say that as like the person comes back multiple times with the same situation. How many times are you going to repeat yourself? They didn't get it the first time. Why are you doing it the third time? You know, so at that point, you just got to hear them out. At that point, you just,
Nah, fuck
you
that.
know what I mean? And then, you know, at the end of the day, that's their life. Like, I'm waking up in my bed. I'm doing my thing, minding my business. I'm making my bread. She's making her bread, however she's doing it. And it's like, I just hate to see it because I always want to pull people out of abusive relationships, for sure. I feel like abusiveness in relationships is such a thing. Like, you ever, like in these apartments, we're in these apartments, right? And we're doing this podcast. The person next door doesn't know we're doing this podcast, but we're in this apartment. Same thing, same building. There's probably people in this apartment complex that are literally going through it right now, fighting physically, mentally, you know, like slamming the doors, punching each other. Like, and I think that like that is the most heartbreaking thing to see somebody go through, because, you know, people say like mentally is worse than physical, but I sometimes think physical is like that stays for you forever. Mentally, you could get over it. Mentally, you could work on it. You
I
can
don't know
because
about that.
but you can because I am the one to say it. Like I am the one to do it. Like physically, to this day, I still flinch.
That's all mental though.
It is-
You're
but-
flinching because
but it's 'cause, you know,
it's a reaction
but
from
as,
something happened in
as
the past.
to be like, oh, you ain't shit, like you aren't, you know, like you're not gonna do nothing with your life. It's easy for me to be like, cool now, like you look dumb because look at me now, you know, like I'm out here doing it when you said I couldn't do it. But I see a lot of people out here in abusive relationships who come like with black guys, and they tell me these stories, or strangers. I have strangers who just needed someone to talk to, and I just think that.
Why you say black guys like that though?
You know what I mean? You ain't like that.
Why you gotta say black guys like that though?
It's like, I don't
No,
know.
we're not gonna just slide past that. But no, you just don't fucking slip black guys in that motherfucker.
So yeah, I just think that at that point, like, it's just like, yeah, that's the worst. I don't think I've ever seen like crazy other than somebody like hitting each other in front of me, and I was like, whoa, like.
Oh yeah.
You know, like,
Oh, I got a story for y'all, yo.
I ain't never hit a girl, but I definitely shook the shit out of one. I shook the shit out of one person. I'm a shaker, my nigga. Leave me the fuck alone.
You know,
Get the fuck out my face.
you know, pick her up real quick. Okay.
Yo, word to everything, bro.
I'm a shaker.
Bro, leave me the fuck up. Cause I'll do everything. I'll do everything but hit a woman, bro. One time I threw like water on somebody. I threw whatever something. Oh, this one girl hit me, bro. Like in my face, bro. And I'm very big on like that face contact,
me
bro.
too.
I had a plate of food, bro. And I'm sorry if you're watching this, but I threw that fucking macaroni and cheese at her, bro. Oh no, I had that shit on Snap. That shit, bro, all in her face, bro.
And she was sad on. She was over here like.
Yeah, but like, bro, like I'm literally getting my ass beat. Like it's so bad where like there's a person walking down the street. They call the cops. Cops come. Like, hey man, how you like? And I'm like, fuck, I'm going to jail because like I already know how this shit. I'm black. I already know. And they're like, oh bro, you good? You, like you're okay? Like what do you mean? Like yeah, the neighbors is watching. They got everything on videos. Like you was getting hit. And you wasn't doing anything. I was like bro, thank God.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I seen niggas go to jail for some stupid shit.
For
and-
sure.
What?
Yeah.
I think I'm like toxic in the sense of like, bro, I'm such an asshole. Cause like I'm an asshole naturally as a person. So like if I get in that circumstance and like you said, like let's say your girl is she mad but she looking at you and all this and that, and I'm the asshole to turn in the car and be like, yo, so what you trying to go grab to eat for real? Cause I'm hungry. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Just completely ignore the situation.
Yeah, like I'm like I ain't gonna cap to you. I am kind of hungry. Like what you trying to go get for real? And it's still like.
I'm an
Oh,
asshole.
so you want to talk about that? You're like, all right, never mind. Okay, so I'm finna pull through here, and I'm finna pull through the line. Go get me a quarter pounder with cheese and a McFlurry. Like, hey, you want something?
Fact,
No?
eating,
Oh, okay.
eating
All
right in
bet.
your face too. Like damn, this shit great.
I would get my food and then be like, anyways, back to what we were saying.
Never that.
You know what's crazy though? But you guys, women, and I know it's up to us to like reinsure ourselves, but when we get in a relationship, for some reason, that reinsurance just helps. It just is.
You
It's
always
something-
should. You always should.
know what I mean?
That's not a crazy thing to ask for out of a man, to
so
reassure you.
Yeah, you know, thank you.
In some kind of
But
way.
take it,
No,
though.
I'm being honest.
But
I'm
take
being
it though.
Yeah.
Like you can say
that too. Yes, there's two
that
sides of
repeating your
it.
shit every day. That shit get annoying.
No,
too.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But I
It
think
shouldn't be repeated
there's different.
every day.
It's like what is that? I always forget what the fuck it's called. What is the love languages?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
5 love
Physical
languages?
touch, words.
Yeah. Like whatever it is that may be for you, like
That's words.
like you need to be like
More.
expressive about that. Like, and if you just so happen to be with an individual doesn't see eye to eye to you on that, I think that's huge. Like I don't think you low key don't need to be in that relationship
That's
because
true.
that's not gonna mesh, because you might have an individual. Because we talked about that on episode 6. We have a whole segment on our social media and stuff. Y'all want to go check that out, where me and Jackie were going back and forth about which one meant more and what significance did it hold, the words of affirmation or I think it was acts of service. So I was defending the acts of service because I was like, bro, I ain't finna, as a man, I ain't just finna do any act of service for any woman. I ain't finna go sit here and fucking fix any girl's car, or I ain't finna go, you know what I'm saying, homegirl, got her time of the month. I ain't finna just go run to the grocery store for any female, go grab her what she need. Like, the fuck? Who the fuck I look like? I got shit to do. Like,
Yeah.
Or take
you know
care
what I'm
of
saying? Not
kids.
to be disrespectful out here, but I'm just not finna do that shit for
Yeah,
anybody.
for sure.
So like, and I'm not just going to be doing that shit for anybody, but I think it's really important to be with an individual that can help reassure those things, but do it genuinely too, because it's different if like, because there's the other side of it too, where like, your thing might be like the words of affirmation or whatever. That's what it is, right? The words of affirmation. But dude might be told, yeah, you're pretty. Yeah, you look good. Like, and he not really mean it. He don't really, there's no passion or conviction behind what it is that he's saying. And then you also got the guys that, their thing might be the whole act of service. But like, you go ask them to get you some food and shit, but they just come get you whatever food. They don't even get you what you asked for and throw the shit there. Like, here, leave me the fuck alone.
That's
and then
true.
go turn the P5 on. Like,
Yeah.
yo, you don't got to be
That's
a
true.
dick, bro. Like, dog, just your shawty asked you for some food, bro. Take care of her before
Yeah,
another
yeah.
man do. One man trash, another man treasure. So don't let someone else put some dick in their mouth, for real. Just shout out advice.
Because I'm the type to
Go
like.
cap to you, because there's some of y'all out there fucking up for real, and y'all girls out here getting tagged. I'm letting you know.
Bro, I know this one joint, bro. Like, I wish I could say her name, bro, but she bad as fuck, and I just know her man ain't treating her right, bro. Her man is not treating her right at all. And I'm like, out of respect for her relationship, bro, I'm not doing anything because like she's like I said, that choosing shit. She's leaning towards me, but I ain't trying to be no nigga scapegoat. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's true.
You feel me? Like I'm nice. Oh, they see what they want in their man and you. That's why they levitate to you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But I know what you're talking about. Like another nigga,
you know,
she get dick in her mouth every Friday.
Okay. Shit, I'm happy. Like, what the fuck? I think like, oh, I'm the. Okay.
Hold on, can I just say real quick?
Yeah, what?
Just to say, when another nigga put his dick in your girl mouth, bro, 90% of the time they talking about your ass before they did that.
That's crazy.
You said what though?
Bro, they was complaining about you 5 minutes before they did that.
And then they end up, yeah.
Before she started sucking on my shit, we was talking about your ass for a good 30 minutes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
We was talking about you for a good 30 minutes.
It didn't click
And then
at
now
first.
it's, yeah.
Now
Now she gonna be talking about me in her head.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that happened.
I'm like,
Oh my god, that's why dating so hard, bro. Because this can happen to anybody, bro. I'm sure it's probably happening to it's probably happening to me.
She
It's
said
probably happening to a whole bunch of
telling
other
you about
niggas.
how her man cheated on her or some shit like that. Damn, that's crazy.
it's
You whole
like that,
slide
like,
her,
there's the
you
damn-
slide her leggings down.
Yo, she like, you know that nigga liked their picture again, or he started texting his ex again.
You like,
Why
for
she
sure,
stroking
for
my shit like?
sure. She's like stopping in the mid, and she's like, "But also," and then she goes back to it.
He did what? And she doing one of those old pop noises and like, guess what this motherfucker did the other time?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you serious?
Not the pop noise.
Like one of them, her phone go off like, oh, it's
She's
that
like,
nigga
hold
right now.
Can't fucking stand him. Oh,
She's like, hold on.
this shit crazy.
That's funny. That's funny because that's so true.
That's crazy.
I believe in karma so much, bro.
Me too.
You know, in situations I've been in where niggas ain't treating that girl right,
Me too.
they need a quick fix.
You're the karma. You're the karma.
I don't know.
You know what's bad when
you
you-
different because I don't.
you know
I
it's-
ain't trying to get in them circumstances.
I don't know.
You
You don't
different.
try to get in those situations. It's just that they happen, and you don't find out until you're already too deep in.
No, hell no. I'm too.
Some girls can hide that shit, bro.
Nah, I ain't never personally been in that circumstance. A female tried to tie me into some shit like that one time. She was on game. She had recently found out her man had cheated on her and shit. She was trying to hit me up on some like trying to like some
was like
get back
revenge.
sex
Yeah, I
on
was
us and
gonna
that.
say,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
it was
like,
revenge
I was like, nah, I ain't
Yeah.
desperate. I ain't desperate like that. Like
Yeah.
you
You
good,
cool.
shawty.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
you
go,
cool.
Go,
I've been in-
go
Do what
catch
you
some of
gotta
that.
do.
I
I've
ain't
been in a
des- I
couple
ain't
of those.
desperate
Not
like
gonna hold
that.
you. She pick up the phone. You see
You be like, all right, cool.
you either stroking or you sucking your dick while she on the phone with the nigga. Bro, I've been in a couple situations, bro.
Yo,
That's why I don't
stop
trust.
lying.
That's why I don't trust none of these
true.
females, bro.
Because you've seen it.
That's why I don't trust none of these
You've
females,
seen
bro.
it.
Because
Stop lying.
I haven't done it, but I know niggas have done it. Wink,
Oh,
wink,
okay.
wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's good.
He call you
You're
like, what you mean?
funny.
Just because he calling you, you don't stop. You
You're
take the
funny.
advantage, bro. Because I just know that'll happen to you, bro. It's probably happened to me before. I pray to God it don't happen to me, but that's just a reality of life, bro. It's probably happened to a lot of us, bro.
It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Some are out here
Bro.
wild and some out here are different.
Nah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Back real.
That's crazy.
It's
Because I
ruthless.
literally would be like, okay, wait. I literally be like, you're trying to suck a titty right now and you complain about her. You better go suck her titty then and shit and go complain to her about that shit because I don't want you to suck my titty and talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to talk to you about me.
Got a whole titty in your mouth complaining about her and shit.
You over here thinking about her titty. Yeah, literally.
She not treating me right.
Man, but I love your titties. Like, boy, get out the car.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I got a dime question for you. Go ahead though.
Oh, because I think it's important because, like, what was I gonna say? Because people get into relationships without really trying to know the person. People get into relationships real quick, and I'm talking about asking each other out after like 2 weeks talking. How do you know you don't like the way this man does his laundry? How do you know that you don't like the way the man eats? How do you know that how do you know? You know? And that's why I say 3 dates, because I'm really observing type shit. I'm really like, I'm gonna make it fun.
Or the motherfuckers that say, "Oh, I love you," or "Happy 6-month anniversary."
Yeah. Like, motherfucker, happy 1 week. I'm like, what? Like, you know,
I got
what
motherfuckers still doing that, bro. We 28.
I'm like,
nigga.
what?
Happy 6 weeks.
That's
bro,
what I was talking
babe.
about. Happy 2 hours. Like, girl. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't have time.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that was a crazy time period. Bro, I was about like 15, 16 doing shit like that.
I know. Like,
I wasn't
I was
happy
too.
1 month. You mean the
All
world
happy,
to me?
writing her a whole paragraph.
I love you.
Oh my god!
Just to let everybody let your 129 followers on
Oh my
Instagram know that you
gosh.
love this girl.
For
It
your,
be like that, bro. Happy
it do be like that, huh?
Happy 3 months, babe.
Oh God, where's my flowers?
Like, bro, y'all not about to be breaking up. I'm about to be breaking up in my 3 hours.
Bro, like I ain't gonna specifically wait after a month to show you some appreciation or to be like, oh my god, I love you. Like, bro, like you might get some mean top after the first date. I might be like, God
Oh,
damn,
God.
this bitch need 3 bouquets of flowers.
That's what I'm
Oh my
saying.
God.
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
yo, let me get that reservation at Mastro's, cuz.
So I'll see you for the second
Hey,
date type
I need
shit.
a
You know what I
private
mean?
room,
Like, what
Jit.
the fuck?
Let me get that $5,000
talking
bottle of
about.
Cabernet. Fuck you talking about,
Okay.
boy. Yeah, man, they're like, man, why you spending so much money, bro? Have you, man? Look, y'all don't know,
If
but
only
she's
you
sucking
knew.
dick for real.
If only you knew, bro. If only you knew.
What I was gonna ask you, right? There was a couple of things I was gonna talk about, but I'm gonna ask you this question before I forget. Do you feel, obviously from a woman's perspective, do you feel that a man needs to spend money in order to be able to get the opportunity to know you? Like in terms of like dates
No.
and stuff like that?
No, I think that they got to be. I always tell people like they got to be smoother than me because if a man comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, can I take you out to dinner?" and he doesn't have much and he's honest about it, like he's like, all I can really do, or he doesn't even gotta be honest with me right there and then. He could just be like, "Yo, like I want to take you to the park." And like, can we do a little picnic? Or I don't know, I think that like people, sitting in the car eating I'm down, like it's you that I'm worried about. It's you that I'm trying to be involved with. It's not your money. I got my own money. You feel me? Like if you want, like people are so pressed about splitting the bill half and half. At the first date, cool. Like you want to pay for it, that'd be lit. But if a man,
we got a problem with that.
but they too, there's a lot. I was reading this comment section. They were like, oh, like if you got to pay half and half on the first date, so what? And I'll tip him. You know what I mean? Like, so what? Like, so what? Money isn't going to be the root of our relationship. I refuse. Like, nah, the root is me and you.
But why should the man pay for the first date? I have a
You know
problem
what?
with that.
I wouldn't mind. Like,
We splitting that first bill.
like, I don't.
For real?
Word? We splitting that first bill. Bro, I just met you, bro. Like, now I'm about to pay for your date the first time we hang out.
See,
Now I'm gonna need.
I feel what you're
not
saying,
doing
but
that. We
I'm
splitting
like,
this,
I take a whole different route or like
It's a
perspective because
mutual-
I'm not gonna spend money. I asked you that because I went through a couple of experiences like probably like a year or two ago, a year and some change. I had went through some experiences and shit where like I ran into like a couple of different women during this time where like I started like dating again and shit, and it was like. Yeah, expecting you to be spending money on them and shit like that just to get to know them and shit. I'm like, bitch, I don't like you said, I don't know you.
Yeah, I don't know you.
Like I don't know you. Like why is that as a man? I'm gonna take time, energy, and money out of my day to just to be able to have a conversation with you.
That's what I'm saying.
What if you ditzy as hell and I don't even like you? What if you're not even my type or whatever? And
That's
like
why I say 3 dates, y'all.
Facts.
so that's why
dates, oh God.
automatically once a woman is very choppy at texting or this and that, or she's very inconsistent and she's not necessarily like putting any type of effort or energy forth, like automatically I'm like, bro, I'm off you.
Yeah.
Like you're entitled, bro. You're privileged. You will like Drake like to call a privileged rapper. Like I'm pushing you to the side, bro.
yeah.
Like for real, I'm not even finna give you that energy or that time for real, bro. Because I don't.
Yeah.
I got too much going on in my own personal life, bro. Like if you really trying to do this, bro, if you finna reciprocate the energy, cool. I'm gonna keep giving you attention. I'm gonna keep giving you time, and I'm gonna take time out of my day to be able to take you somewhere, spend time with you, or this and that. Like, and that's what a lot of y'all young women specifically, bro, is that y'all need to understand because. Man, y'all making yourselves look bad because you got genuine women out here like Trinity for real, bro. But then there's a large percentage of y'all that really looking like terrible, bro. Y'all looking so bad just because y'all are so fucking impatient and just can't.
Yeah.
Like you can't be fucking competent, bro. Like you so privileged, like I said. And
Yeah, I like the fact that like I don't mind spending money on you, but like you said, I'm not just gonna do it for nobody. Like I gotta know that
Word,
I gotta
like,
know that
for
you're here
real.
for me before I even get to that. Like I gotta know that you're rocking with me like that because I want your attentions to be good. I want you to be able to be here. Like,
it's not like I'm broke
You
and
know,
like
you
I
feel
can't
me?
spend money. Like, baby, I could take you out. Like, we can have a
Okay.
night that we can go get drinks. We
White
can,
toes?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Bro.
feel me? Like, yo, go get
I'm all
dressed.
shaking my legs. I'm like,
I want to
duh.
like that spending money. That's the problem I had, bro. I would spend money on women, bro. And like I was dating this girl, and like it kind of pissed me off. It's like, bro, I'm talking. We going to flights, trips. Like every weekend we going somewhere. I'm driving
Oh, you
all
wildin'.
the time.
You
I'm
wildin',
spending
cuz.
1,000 miles in my car, gas, bro. And like Christmas came around, and motherfuckers got a shoe, my nigga.
Yeah.
I got a sneaker.
Yeah.
I was so upset, bro. Like, not the fact that, like, it's not the fact that, like, the gift was like, bro, I spent like 10 grand on you this year.
Yeah.
And like, you bought me a pair of $100 sneakers. Bro.
Yeah.
I was feeling something away. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, thanks
I
for the
hear
gift,
you.
bro.
That's
but like,
crazy.
I got in the gift. I'm like, I went home, bro, threw that box. I was like, bro, really?
See, that's exactly why I take a whole different approach, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna put you through some shit. Not like be an asshole to you on purpose,
Yeah.
like, you know, from man to woman, but it's like, I'm finna sit here and be like, all right, like, let's go do something that don't involve money at all whatsoever. Like, oh, let's go on a hike. Let's go let's walk through here.
Facts.
Hey, I know this spot, this view is fucking beautiful. Let's see if
go
we can
talk.
see if we
Yeah.
could pull up there and have a conversation. If that's too much for you, if that's not enough to be able to give my energy or whatever for that, or to give your energy for that, then I'm like, bro, it's too easy nowadays.
I'd rather
I'll tell
say
you
that.
now, like,
Facts.
I tell you, a conversation don't get too far with me. I
Facts.
swear, I'll be quick to just
Snip.
yeah, bro. Like, outside of the fact that, like, I'm already just not even mentally, like, in that space doing everything that I'm doing day to day, it's like, bro, like, you really got to stand out for me to be able to give you my time and attention.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
for real. Like, you really got to do some shit to make me want to be like, yo, because I'm already tired enough as it is, bro. And,
Yeah.
like, I'm not even giving myself time to relax and to do shit that I like to do. Like, sit down on a Sunday and watch football. Nah, I'm fucking sitting here. I'm editing.
Yeah.
I'm fucking doing it. I'm running errands. I'm doing this and that, X, Y, and Z. Like, why all of a sudden do I need to cut 2-3 hours out of my day, $200 of my wallet, just to go take you somewhere just to find out that you a dumb bitch?
Yeah.
So I don't pay, bro, anymore on the first dates, bro.
Bro, I don't pay. Like, bro, my first, like, probably 2 to 3 interactions, I'm if it has to involve with me spending a significant amount of money, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
If it's something simple, like we go get ice cream and I spend $15, like, that ain't shit.
No, facts,
You know what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts.
Like,
I'm talking
A
about
hot and spicy with cheese.
yeah.
Oh God, I'm down. I'm telling people right now.
Like, bro,
that's my
like,
favorite
if it's
order, y'all.
some little shit like
Fuck's a
that.
hot
Hot and spicy with cheese with some
What is that?
fries. What from McDonald's?
Like a
I
hot
don't like
spicy McChicken.
McDonald's, but yeah, yes, yo, I
Yeah.
put everybody on. I put everybody on. Literally, go get you a hot and spicy with cheese, get some French fries and ranch, and you're set, bro. And I literally will sit there in the car with you, and be like, "What do you want to talk about?"
How many times would you do that, though? It's going to get boring after a while.
Well, no, I don't think so. If you got something,
All right,
else
so
to
if a nigga
because you
that
can
you
switch it up.
met-
You feel me? Like you could be like, let's go get, because I love me some hot and spices and cheese shit. And I'd be like, let's go for a walk while I eat this. You know, like you gotta spice it up every time. If you're doing the same thing every day, that means our love is gonna be the same thing every day.
That's what I'm saying. How often are you willing to do that, though?
Honestly, like it's like
Because if you got 5 niggas that doing the same shit, you're gonna be like, all right.
yeah, exactly.
I don't want this. I don't want a nigga to bring me there no more. I want a nigga to bring me to this type of restaurant.
But it's the conversation that I have with them that's gonna make them stand out. Because I could have 5 hot and spices with 5 men, but 5 different conversations that's gonna turn me off. You feel me? Like it's just like what you say, how, and because like if I'm planning a future with you, I'm planning a future that means we're gonna have kids together, and that means eventually like my kids are gonna have to be raised by you. You know, so if I don't like the way you thinking, I don't even want to continue that shit, because that means why would I even, like you said, why would I even invest into it?
Exactly. And that's exactly why I have the mentality of like, bro, like, why is you sitting here going all out and all this and that just for
Just
for some fucking, like, bro, why
for
is he
some
doing that?
15-minute ass.
Yeah,
Bro,
you feel
I'm telling
me?
you,
Bro.
I'm telling you, bro. And some of y'all men be jumping through hoops and all kinds of shit just to try to sleep with a girl. And like, bro,
Shit don't even be worth it half the time.
No,
I swear
us
to
either.
God, bro.
Yeah, nah,
for
y'all
us
different.
either
Y'all
2
different.
minutes.
Yeah, y'all get more options though. But guys, like
Yeah, I ain't
those
even gonna
options,
lie,
those
like-
opportunities, bro. We kind of like try to do the most with those opportunities because like those don't come like often,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as much as girls do.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, y'all can go outside and like open your mouth, and then there be 10 niggas trying to wipe your mouth.
I never thought
We
of
go
that.
outside and we gotta like do extra shit just to get
Exactly.
one
Yeah.
joint.
To be able to, like, as a man, you got to take care of yourself. You got to like be in a gym. You got to be clean. You got to look good. This and
You
that.
gotta
Like,
do a certain thing, talk a certain way.
yeah, like,
That's true. I didn't think about that.
yeah, to be able to, especially if you about to go after some woman that's some damn
Ep-
model or some shit.
You feel me?
That's like her head is major gassed up, bro.
Oh, yeah,
like,
facts.
boy, if you not finna pull up to her shit with a luxury car, boy, you's not doing it.
That's how I told the young kids, bro.
Do
Never
not
go
pull
for
up
the
on her shit
baddest
with a
ones in the
Camry.
club, bro.
Oh man.
Do we need to play that one back
You
too?
never go for the baddest ones in the club, bro. Never. Because it's 1,000 motherfuckers that
Turn
would try.
down all the time. You know, I used to get mad when like I would dance in the club and nobody would dance
Where's
with me.
that at?
I would get so mad because I was like, I just want a man to be man enough to come grab me and be like, I want to dance with you. But my dad was like, you know why men do that? Like why men stand in the back and watch people dance? And I was like, why? And he's like, it's because they don't want to get rejected. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, like we want, you feel me? We don't want to get rejected, so we just chill out. We just, you know. And I'm like, oh.
I feel that, but I'm also
You
On the
are.
other side, I'm an observant person. I'm trying to see the room.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't just trying to grab any sloppy bitch.
Right.
You know, I like the
Got you.
females that be in the club that like dancing and shit, but they know what they doing. Like they got their 2 feet together. Like they, you feel me?
They
Like they
moving.
conscious. Like yeah, because I ain't just trying to like the dudes that, bro, they be some men out there that be making me crazy. That be grabbing up on the girls that sloppy drunk and be trying to take them home and all that. I'm like, bro,
'Cause it be
that could not
easy.
be me. I can't do it.
People don't want to fight for shit no more.
If
They
it's
want-
if it's easy, I don't want it.
Facts,
I'm gonna be
exactly.
honest. Like I'm gonna respect you more as a woman. Like I don't expect you to just pass the shit up to me like on the first day or something. Like if you actually hold your own, all this and like I'm gonna respect you even more. And I hope you held yourself to that standard like throughout the course of your
Yeah.
life. You feel me? But yeah.
I lose respect.
I think it's extremely important, man, to be able to talk about these things, especially in our day and age, especially with people that are in our age range. Because, bro, like this, like comment sections, man, like people just constantly want to be arguing with each other and like be going back and forth about bullshit that's not really worth arguing over, bro. It's like, dude, just relax.
Smoke a blunt.
Like, bro, for real, like it's really not that serious, bro. A lot of y'all really be blowing shit out of
Exactly.
proportion.
Let me roll one real quick.
People come from different walks of life. People have different circumstances. We're all raised differently. We come from all different types of race, origins, you know what I'm saying, ethnicities. Like, bro, just relax, bro. If it don't apply to you, bro, then don't feel the need to comment about it and react towards it. But man, beyond grateful and thankful for y'all being here, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
thank you. Shit, it's my pleasure. You know what I'm saying?
10th episode, y'all.
10th episode,
woo,
man.
woo,
Like
woo.
I said, just to only be 10 episodes in, man, and to be doing this only for a couple of months, the amount of love and just the amount of love, gratitude, the amount of people that have reached out to me personally, that have reached out to the page, that have fucked with us on all our social media pages and stuff, man. Thank you guys so much. You know, only so many understand the amount of work and time that really has to go into all this and the production of all this. And so it really means a lot when you guys really show your support and show love, man. So thank you so much. You know, as we wrap things up here, man, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, bro, here at the Season Q's podcast on YouTube, at the CQ podcast _ if you want to be able to add us on there. Make sure you follow us on any social media platform, bro, and keep up with us watching these segments, clips, or behind the scenes from the shows. And you can catch us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at the CQ podcast _ as well. And again, if you want to be able to listen to the audio version of this as well, you don't necessarily have the time to sit there and look at YouTube on your phone, then anchor.fm _ the CQ podcast 22, man. Apple Music, Spotify. And you're actually able to see the visual of this on Spotify now as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for Trinity and Quan being here as well. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time. Stay on your Season Q's, baby. Peace.